Your brain is ruining your life. Seriously, it hates your success, it fights your goals, it actively wants you to fail.
It wants you angry. It wants you stuck. It lies to you daily. Why? To keep you perfectly, miserably trapped.
But here is the massive twist. It does this because it thinks it's saving you. You want growth. You want success. You want calm. Your brain, it just wants safety. It fiercely defends the status quo. It only cares about prehistoric survival.
So, how do we override this ancient wiring? How do we stop it from completely destroying our modern goals? Well, that is exactly what we are exposing in this explainer.
Part 1. Your brain is sabotaging you. Part 2. The amygdala hijack.
Coined by psychologist Daniel Goleman, an amygdala hijack is this immediate, totally overwhelming emotional response. Basically, your brain's radar detects what it perceives as a threat, and bam, it instantly overtakes your rational neocortex. Your thinking, logical brain is literally locked out of the decision-making process. You are completely on autopilot.
And you have almost zero control in this moment. Sensory input takes a fast track in mere milliseconds. Millisecond 1, the thalamus receives input. Millisecond 2, the amygdala detects a threat. Millisecond 3, the HPA axis activates. By millisecond 4, you are in a full fight-or-flight reaction. Logic is bypassed entirely. 4 milliseconds.
Because it operates so unbelievably fast, the amygdala relies on a really fuzzy picture of reality. Its golden rule is simple: better safe than sorry. It cannot distinguish between actual physical danger and modern social stress. So, to your prehistoric brain, a minor critique from your boss is treated exactly like a charging tiger. Your body reacts the exact same way.
Moving to part 3, the dissonance deception.
Okay, so once the hijack is over and you've overreacted, your brain starts covering its tracks. This is known as cognitive dissonance, a really painful mental tension explored by Leon Festinger. This discomfort happens when your destructive actions clash violently with your positive self-image. Like if you view yourself as a kind person, but you just snapped at your coworker during a hijack, that inconsistency causes severe internal anxiety. It feels awful.
To escape this unbearable existential discomfort, we almost never fix our actual behavior. Nope. Instead, we invent completely irrational excuses to rationalize our self-sabotage. Take a classic conflict. Knowing smoking kills, but smoking anyway. Instead of quitting, the brain rationalizes. Oh, it helps me relax, or I'm just really stressed right now. We literally bend reality to protect our ego.
Part 4, the comfort trap.
Your nervous system equates the familiar with survival. To keep you supposedly safe, it uses some incredibly powerful mechanisms: system justification, the default effect, loss aversion, moral anchoring, and identity attachment. Together, these drastically reduce your cognitive load. They convince you that staying put, no matter how absolutely miserable you are, is your safest bet.
And clinging to this comfort zone literally destroys empires. Take Blockbuster. They died because they couldn't let go of the 16% of revenue they made from familiar late fees. Adapting triggered massive loss aversion for them. So they stayed perfectly comfortable in their status quo, right up until they went completely bankrupt.
Here is the hard reality. The status quo isn't static. It's regression disguised as stability. Sure, the familiar feels like winning to your primitive brain, but in a constantly adapting world, the status quo is actually just a slow, quiet march to failure. If you aren't moving forward, you are absolutely falling behind.
Part 5. Taking back control.
So how do we fight back? When you feel a hijack coming on, when your heart starts racing and you want to snap, deploy these defenses immediately. Name the emotion out loud to force your neocortex to activate. Apply the 6-second pause rule. Use controlled box breathing to manually slow your heart rate. Create physical distance from whatever triggered you. These steps momentarily kill that automatic emotional response and force your rational brain back online.
Now, for long-term prevention, you have to strategically disrupt your psychological patterns. Step 1, make your status quo visible. Really look at it. Step 2, calculate the true cost of your inaction. What are you actually losing by staying stuck? Step 3, force yourself into small, calculated disruptions, like taking a totally different route to work. And step 4, build new defaults. You literally have to train your brain to tolerate discomfort.
Look, your brain is desperate for you to stay exactly where you are. It wants you safe, it wants you comfortable, and it wants you stagnant. So I'll leave you with this final provocative question.
What is one uncomfortable choice you will make right now to prove it wrong? Choose wisely, embrace the discomfort, and thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.